Some days ago, I posted something on my Instagram that I want to share with you guys, and then I will say something about it. But first of all, let's read the post. So the post says, if you tell any of my kids 10 things they did wrong, I will tell them, and your sorry ass, 100 things they did well, because your criticism will never be louder than my praise, ever. And the thing is, I'm speaking from experience. When you are raised in a household that does not emphasize your greatness, but rather buys into literally every criticism that is ever being thrown your way at any given age whatsoever. Let it be teachers, random strangers, family members. If you are, as a child, always being criticized by the people around you, you will never see the greatness in yourself. And that leads to you growing up into an adult that looks for validation outside and has no clue, or is still on the search of that greatness that everybody has within themselves. And what led me to post this was because I took my daughter to she's going to be 6 end of this month, which means in Germany she's going to start primary school this September. So we have something, we call it Eingangsuntersuchung. That is like when a child is about to enter primary school, they go for a checkup. And in that checkup, they check things like physical fitness, if the child can copy a drawing from a picture, if they can count pictures, like are there more blue balls or more yellow balls, stuff like that. It is very standardized. Like, there is no room for individualism. There is no room for, oh, your child is better in arts than it is in mathematics, or it's more sporty than it is in drawing, or whatsoever the case may be. It's just, if you're not good in this, they will emphasize that this is the problem. And this is the 3rd time I've been there. With my 2 last children, okay? So, and every child has talents and things they are especially good in, and every child has things that they are not that good in. And as someone that works with children, and as much as I understand, the standard and the schooling system and the educational system is the way it is, and the system isn't good. It's not good the way it is. It's very faulty. It's very old. It's overruled. But I digress. So every time I came there, the doctor that did the checkup on my children emphasized their mistakes rather than the things they did well. And every time that happens, I'm not going to wait till the checkup is over. I will interrupt your sorry ass, and I will tell my child in your presence that whatever was just said does not define who you are. Because I'm speaking from experience as a child that did not get that love and that did not get that empowerment and self-confidence installed in them when they were growing up. I was doubting myself all my life. I still do in many options or in many layers and many aspects of life, because there was never somebody that is like, don't mind what they're saying. I, on the other hand, you have to imagine, okay, my children, and I will be that voice on their shoulder that if the world tells them this is not good, I will tell them that this is good and this is good. Not every child can be a mathematician. Not every child can be an artist. Not every child can be sporty. Not every child can have the same talents. And I will never, ever, ever allow a doctor or anybody of whatever profession or nature or in relation they are to my children to in any way instill the slightest doubt about their abilities. So I have something that I tell my kids every single morning when I drop them off in school. So I tell them, you are an Afri.
Can.
And that means you
Can do anything.
And nobody can ever tell you
otherwise.
Because, and I have had conversations with professionals that studied childcare, studied to be teachers, educators, whatsoever the case may be. And they said that only emphasizing the good is going to raise the children or is going to make them irrational and less open for criticism. And that's so fucking toxic that I just can't even wrap my head around the fact how someone that is trained to raise children and educate children will say such a thing. Because for me, if you ask me, my primary goal is that if my children walk into a room of 100 people in that room as adults at any point in their life, and 99 out of those 100 people will criticize my children for superficial bullshit or whatever they will criticize them for, my children would turn around and be like, these people ain't shit. They don't define who I am. I define who I am. Their opinion about me is theirs to hold and has no power over me. And that has nothing to do with them not being able to take criticism. My children are very, very much able to take criticism, and they criticize not just me, but also. And another thing I really, really want parents to take into consideration when raising children is anything you learned late, teach your children early. Teach them early. Yeah, you can say it now.
And my mom forgot something. If you want to raise a child, bring that child joy, or else she or her or him will be angry and doesn't want to be a child anymore. And maybe while you're sleeping, move out.
True.
And
Yeah?
And like our mom, she brings us through so many places. Brings us so much joy and beautiful memories because we can remember when we're grown. So do the same thing to your children.
And our mom brought us to Power Play and buy us Burger King.
That took me unawares.